Security along the northern corridor remains a threat to cargo and regional trade movement, leading to the loss of billions of shillings in revenue. According to the Northern Corridor Transit and Transport Coordination Authority, rebels fighting the government of South Sudan, especially along the Juba-Nimule route, have led to the death of at least 10 drivers in 2021. Kevin Mutai, who spoke to the NCTTA Executive Director Omai Nyarandi, also tells us that the infrastructure is critical for the port of Mombasa.
The Northern Corridor is a multinational trade route linking the port of Mombasa to landlocked countries within the East African region. According to the Northern Corridor Transit and Transport Coordination Authority, the countries that signed the treaty in 1985 reviewed it in 2007 to facilitate the movement of goods and services along the corridor. The member states include Kenya, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Burundi, Rwanda, South Sudan, and Uganda. But there is a concern threatening the trade: insecurity. NCTTCA says that 6 drivers have been attacked and killed since April 2021 by rebels in South Sudan. 4 of them are from Uganda and 2 are Kenyans.
Even the one for Kenya, where the driver from Kenya was killed, was from Nimule to Juba, which is a main artery for Northern Corridor. And mostly these are drivers who have left Kenya, traversed through Uganda, going to Juba. Even drivers who originate from Uganda going to Juba, they are still on the Northern Corridor. So there's a need for concerted efforts so that security and safety issues are dealt with.
A high-level meeting has been convened in Juba involving government representatives, transport stakeholders along the corridor and the security sector to address cargo theft, corruption and cargo diversions.
The measures are that they have to be escorted in a group. So the situation is still not good.
Protecting the infrastructure is also critical, as NCTTCA insists that a collective framework needs to be put in place to measure cargo from the port of Mombasa towards the hinterland and those originating from member states to the port city.
Cargo that left the port of Mombasa to Uganda, most of it ending up in Kampala, is around 7.7 million tons. The cargo that also left for Juba, mostly ending up in Juba, South Sudan, but ending up in Juba, was 1,056,000 tons. For Rwanda, ending up mostly in Kigali, is 430,000 tons. For Kenya, part of it remains in Mombasa, mostly ending up in Nairobi, and part of it in Thika and the environs of Nairobi is around 23 million. Remember, there are some cargo which come as a transshipment. So where cargo has really gone down to around only 2,000 tons a year is Burundi. Burundi has diverted most of its cargo to the port of Dar es Salaam. So we find the inter-trade between Kenya and maybe Uganda, which passes through the corridor, was almost $1.6 billion. So again, when you look at cargo that left Rwanda coming to Kenya using the corridor, is around $800 million. So translate that into tonnages, and you will see that there is heavy traffic along the corridor.
The authority also calls for the harnessing of trade between central and northern corridors through geofencing to enhance regional electronic cargo track systems.
So it has always been important that Kenya gets an alternative port. Fortunately, the port of Lamu is deep and is able even to accommodate more and the bigger vessels, which the port of Mombasa can never do because of that restriction at the entrance channel. So the port of Lamu is critical not only to Kenya but for this region, because it's able to take bigger, it can even handle transshipment to these other ports, including even the port of Mombasa. So this is the second corridor to Kenya, which destined to handle cargo to not only South Sudan but Ethiopia, to open the northern part of Kenya.
There is also need to construct resting and emergency centers for drivers traversing thousands of kilometers along the corridor. The delay of cargo at border points coupled with COVID-19 restrictions has increased the cost of doing business, with member states called upon to employ technology to streamline operations for seamless transfer of cargo. Kevin Mutai, NTV in Mombasa.